Hello and welcome back to another video. So today, a special occasion because I am presenting the Battle Styles Master Set. So the day this video will be releasing will be the 19th of March 2026, which is the 5th anniversary of the Battle Styles set release. And over the last 5 years, I've been slowly collecting, assembling every card you can pull from Battle Styles booster pack, and so today we'll be taking a look through it. So let's get started. Showing off a binder is actually pretty difficult on camera. Binders are sort of something best appreciated in person, but I'll be doing my best here, maybe with help of a little bit of editing. So page 1, so this Bellsprout art by Sekio. Real cute one. I love the way the water drop is landing on top of its head. Looks surprised, and the background is beautiful as well. So following on from Bellsprout, with the Bellsprout line, then Cacnea and Cacturn down the bottom, with Kricketune being the first V card in the set. Page 2, move on to the Cherrim line. I really love this Carnivine. This is Akira Egawa, and the pose is so dynamic. A Pokemon like Carnivine doesn't get the spotlight much. I love this card. I think it looks really cool. Next up, you have the last page of the grass types coming down here, and our first VMAX of the set being Flapple VMAX, and a really cool Entei card. But the card I actually want to highlight is this Blipbug. This Blipbug is really cool to me because of the background. You can see this is from the Isle of Armor DLC from Gen 8, one of my favorite places in the Galar region. I really loved the Alolan Diglett quest in this game where you go around and try and find all of them. And I spent a lot of time in the DLC, so Blipbug is there's actually a lot of cards in this set that feature this motif from the Gen 8 DLC. So I enjoy seeing them. To the fire types now, we have the Entei Reverse Holo, some Victini action, or Victim V as it may sometimes be called. We've got the Tepig line, finish off in Emboar, and then some classic Miki Tanaka Heatmore action. So for this page I want to look at the Tepig. I think this is a really fun pose. Pignite gets a lot of love in this set, and it's featured again here. Got Tepig, looks like it's throwing a log at the Pignite. Just a cute card. Rounding out the fire types, we have the Salandit and the Sizzlipede lines. And then we go into the Horsey line as the beginning of the water types. There's a lot of cool artworks again on this page, but personally I love this Sizzlipede V. This clay art by Yukimori is so lifelike. He just looks like he's ready to jump out of the scene. I love the way the body is curled. It just looks so well done. I think this is one of my favorite Yukimori pieces. Continuing the water types, we have everyone's favorite Mr. Mime and Mr. Rhyme. Then going through to Remoraid, Octillery, and Corphish. I'll show off this Octillery Holo a little bit here. Not this particular card, but I do have a deck that runs the Brilliant Stars version. And the whole Rapid Strike Search is such a cool ability. Once you get your Octillery into play, you can basically draw most of the good cards in your deck. And it's one of my favorite decks to play. This artwork as well, I love the way he's sort of on the bottom of the ocean with the water swirling around him. Really cool design. Finishing off the water types here, we have Empoleon V, one of the signature cards in the set. We've got the Frillish line, Bruxish, and then starting off the electric types of Electabuzz and Electivire. I was talking earlier about my favorite, or one of my favorite Yukimori pieces, and this is one of my favorite Kamiya pieces. This Jellicent is just has so much feeling going on with it. We have the guy in the boat. It really reminds me of the classic artwork from Neo Revelation with the Shining Gyarados. Just also the Lugia from Silver Tempest, but with a Pokemon that doesn't get a lot of love that often, and I just really love the way this looks. I think it's really cool. Moving through the electric types, we have the Shinx line, looking cool. With the Rapid Strike, we have Pachirisu, Tapu Koko, and Yampa. A lot of people aren't a big fan of the V cards, especially some of the ones that are sort of CG art. But this one is actually another Akira Egawa piece, and the pose is always cool, and just the dynamic nature. Tapu Koko actually, I think, gets more cards than any of the other Tapus. Probably because it's an electric type, but I really appreciate this one as well. So rounding out the electric types and starting on the psychic types, we have Slowpoke, Spoink and Grumpig, Baltoy, and Claydol. And I think it's hard to go past showcasing the Spoink here. This is a beautiful Kawaii artwork, just the colors, that sense of magic. And this is one of the cards that has there's sort of a central motif of this park here, which you'll see in a lot of cards around this era. And it's cool to look for things like that in cards. And I think this Spoink is a really beautiful, beautiful example of it. So rounding out the psychic types, we have Chimecho, Espar. In this evolution, we have Mimikyu and Necrozma, and then we have the continuation of the Blipbug line, finishing with Orbital. So I believe this, at the time of recording, is the last time that a Ultra Beast got printed into an English set. I really wish they used Ultra Beast more. I feel like it's kind of a shame when Pokemon are sort of introduced in one generation and then just get forgotten afterwards. Especially with the amount of cards they print, I really think they could throw one of these in as like an uncommon or a holo rare every now and then. They did do a pocket set recently that was sort of Ultra Beast themed and had a few of them in there, but yeah, I think Necrozma is really interesting in battle styles and sort of the last Ultra Beast that we've seen, and I wonder if we'll see more in the future. Next up, we start with the fighting types, and I actually think this is possibly one of my most favorite pages in the binder. Everything just fits so well. We have Mankey, Primeape, Onix, Cubone, Marowak, and Gligar, and all the artworks to me just seem so satisfying. Everything's nicely aligned, and I remember finishing this page and I really just love looking at it and just admiring it. It's hard to pick a single card from this page to look at, but I'm going to go with this Primeape here. Of course, this was back when Primeape was the final evolution. There was no Annihilape yet, so there's no Annihilape in this set. I just think this is a really cool artwork. There's nothing special really or distinctive about it. It's just something about the way the art is so detailed, the way the orange pops with the lighter color of Primeape, his determined expression. I think the single strike as well. Of course, battle styles is what the set's all about, so it's really cool to see a single strike Pokemon. And I think it's cool. Continuing with the fighting types, and there's a lot of fighting types in this set. We have Timber, Gerda, Conkeldurr, and the Mienfoo line. So Miki Tanaka is an artist I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with. And I think this Conkeldurr really puts that into full perspective. I have some mixed feelings about this card. On one hand, it's iconic to me at this point, and on the other hand, it's really an interesting artwork, I guess. I feel like poor Conkeldurr really needs that artist to do it justice. And yet more fighting types. We have the Roly-Poly evolution line, we have Silicobra, Sandaconda, and then ending with Phalanx. I think this is a good moment to talk about the holo pattern in this set and sort of Sword and Shield in general. So in Sword and Shield block, they have these sort of vertical holo lines. And it's a holo pattern that's really grown on me over time. I think this Colossal is one card that really works well with it. It just gives it a sense of power, a sense of dynamic nature. You can imagine it crushing the ground in front of it. And I think it really elevates this particular card. And ever since the flat holos of the Scarlet and Violet era, I've really missed this sort of style of holo. So ending out the fighting types, we have Stonjourner, the Urshifu's, which are a big part of the set. All of these, I think, saw competitive play at some point during their lifetime. They were sort of iconic cards for the era. And then we start the dark types with the Zubat line. So we have another example of the vertical hollow pattern here. I've always wondered about the background of this card. Is it some sort of like ruins? Is it some sort of cave? Is it like a Egyptian pyramid sort of setting? I think it's a cool card. It makes you really think about the setting this Crobat might be in. Continuing the dark types, we have Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro, we have Murkrow line, the Houndour line, we have a Tyranitar V, and finishing off with a Morpeko. Continuing the theme of some artists that are long time in the series, having some of my favorite works in the set, we have Arita's Galarian Slowbro. I just really love the colors of this card. It's just beautiful, the sun's setting, that pink gummy bear-like texture on the Slowbro as he's looking into the eyes of the shoulder that's grabbed onto his hand. It's just really well done. Moving into the steel types, we have Steelix, Morwell, the Bronzor line, and the Pawniard line. So to complete a set, there's always going to be one final card you need, and this was the last card for me, this Bronzor Holo here. I actually ordered it about a year ago, and they sent me the reverse holo instead. So then finally ended up picking this up as the last card I needed to complete the set. Not an expensive card, but this will always be the one that finished off the set. It'll always have some significance for me there. Finishing off the steel types, we have Honedge, Doublade, Aegislash. Both forms are Aegislashed, then Corviknight and Spearow to start off the normal types. I think this is my first time talking about the VMAXs. And VMAXs is something I'm already feeling nostalgic about, even though it's only been a few years since we had them. Just that textured vibe, the really like the CG colors swirling around. It's just becoming an iconic part of the Sword and Shield era, these cards, and they probably will never get the VMAXs again. I can't imagine they'll go back to this Gigantamax gimmick. So the ones that are out there are the ones we have to enjoy, and I really like this Corviknight. I'm a sucker for texture cards, so anytime a card has some texture, I'm going to be enjoying it. Into the normal types now, we got Spearow and Fearow, the Lickitung line, the Glameow line, and Stoutland V. And this time we have one of my favorite Hyogonosuke pieces. He's so cute. He's just running at the camera, running for a hug. His arms are up. The beach as well, the way the white sand contrast of Lickitung's pink body. I love this art so much. It just makes me happy just looking at his face. And finishing off the Pokemon, we have Bouffalant, Drampa, and Dee, and into the trainers and item cards. This artwork here is one that sort of blew me away from the moment I saw it. I really love detail in art, and just the detail in this one is incredible. It's just so well done, and I love the style. Not my favorite Pokemon, but the way it's drawn here just really makes it pop. Moving into the items, we have Energy Recycler, XP Share, Level Ball, XP Share, iconic card. I've actually used this one in a deck, and it's a fun card. You can transfer some energy to your bench, power up some Pokemon. More trainer cards, we got Phoebe, Mustard, more Mustard, and Swordwood and Shieldbert, along with some scrolls. I don't think these scrolls are actually very good cards, but thematically I think they're really cool. Just the rapid strike box, the thought of like rolling out a scroll in the battle and like choosing a special attack with it. I wish these were better cards so you could just enjoy using them more. And final set of item cards or trainer cards, we've got Tool Jammer, some Towers, an Urn, and some special energy cards. Again, this is another example of that DLC feeling. I do kind of wish they'd got a proper artist drawing of this rather than some CGI cost-cutting exercise, but it's iconic in its own way, and it does remind me of the DLC and playing through that, so I think it's cool still. And now we have arrived to the full arts and the alt arts. So we got the Kricketune, Fipal, Victini, Empoleon, the Empoleon Alt Art, Tapu Koko and Mimikyu, Necrozma Full Art, and then Urshifu's down the bottom. And I guess for this one, it's tough to pick a card, but I guess I'll go with this Single Strike Urshifu V for the reason that this is the only card on this page that I didn't buy. So this one came out of my box that I got on pre-order. So I guess a special place in my collection because of that. Always lucky when you get to pull an alt art out of a box because it's definitely not guaranteed. So this was the start to the collection on this page, and now it's finally complete. Moving along, we got Tyranitar's, Corviknight, Stoutland, and then into the trainers and the beginning of the rainbows. So I kind of have to talk about the Tyranitar V, I guess. It's the big chase card in the set. It was never my chase card. It has grown on me a bit since owning it. We've got Pignite making another appearance in the background there, but this isn't really how I envision Tyranitar. I think of it more of like a Godzilla kind of figure crashing through the forest, where this one's kind of like half of a tree size. But I do like the texturing on it, and it is a cool card. So it is growing on me the more I own it. Next up, we got this colourful rainbow page with more Urshifus, a couple of alt arts, and then some rainbow trainers down the bottom. This has become possibly my favourite card in the set. I just think the colours are so cool, the pose is so dynamic. I think a lot of people compare this to the VMAX cards, and once you've seen it in person, you really do see the distinction between the two, even though the pose is similar. Just the colours and the way the texture is and the pose. I think this is such a cool card. And then the final page, we've got the gold Octillery Houndoom and then some gold items. I think it was probably when I saw the reveal for this card in particular that I first decided to collect the set over 5 years ago. It's just such a cool, shiny Houndoom. The blue on the gold looks awesome. I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of full arts and like gold cards, but I really love this card. I still really appreciate just the way that contrast is so nice. Shiny Houndoom, single strike, it's just battle styles all the way through. And so that's it for the set. I don't have any of the promos for the set. I do have this page, which will now be forgotten about and never mentioned again. But to me, the promos aren't a big part of collecting a set. I feel like there's always that sort of limited chance to obtain them. Especially being in Australia, it just never feels like you have a possibility or a chance of owning them. And so I probably won't bother getting the promos, but now I just get to enjoy the set. And that's really what collecting master sets is all about for me. Just to have that in the evening, make some tea, sit down and just take 10 minutes just to flick through the binder and just relax. And it's a really special privilege now to have this set completed after 5 years and to be able to enjoy it. So that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on battle styles. I am planning to complete a lot more sets, but very, very slowly. My pace of completion is not a quick one. 5 years for this set, so maybe in 2031, I'll be able to update you with my next master set. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching.